Hey guys, my name is Sean. Some of you may know me as Mathematician. I actually do have a math channel. That's the name. I'll plug it on the screen as well as in the iCard above and the description below. But yeah, I'm Sean and this is Marine Bullet Journal. I'm very excited to be here, be bullet journaling with you guys and sharing my creations with you guys. I've gathered over the past couple months, I've been gathering a lot of inspiration from amazing YouTubers like Amanda Rach Lee and Planning with Kay. I'll link their channels down below as well. And yeah, I've only started bullet journaling this year since January, so it's not been too long, and honestly so far I'm really liking it. It's working really well for me, honestly. So yeah, you guys can just take a quick look at my January setup because that was like my first month, and you will see that maybe there might not be too many specific themes, but I just kind of went for like a red and pink theme kind of. But yeah, this month will be different. I do have a specific theme, and all the spreads will be kind of within that vicinity of the theme. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys. I wasn't able to show what I did because back in December when I first created my bullet journal in the January spread, I wasn't really thinking about creating a YouTube channel. But here we are. We make decisions, and I'm really excited to be here and be filming this video and showing you guys how I set up my bullet journal for February. So without further ado, let's just get into the February bullet journal spread. Let's go. So starting off this video, I actually lost the footage for when I was drawing the title cover. I don't really know what you would call that. But yeah, I just made like a very simple heart with like some hearts dangling down because it's Valentine's Day and I wanted to go all out. So that's what I did. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just drawing some like conversation hearts on plain white paper with like a pencil and then tracing them. Yeah, I'm only drawing 4 of them. I'm doing blue, purple, green, and yellow. I really wanted to kind of make it a little bit simple, something that everyone can do, because while there are many YouTubers who have like creative stickers and they like their own sticker shop, or they're like super good at drawing and like an art major or whatever, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not very talented at art, I would say, but I think it's just important for me to be a little bit more relatable to people who are not always super talented at art and making exquisite bullet journals. And I am still a student, so I don't have so much time to be creating these wonderful bullet spreads. I use it pretty much for just productive purposes. It's really helped me organize my life. I'm able to write, what I need to do in a day. Schedules don't work for me, so I really like the format of like a checklist. And I really love the feeling of checking an assignment off, or like checking something that I have to do in the day off and seeing how productive I was. I also think that it's really useful. I also think it's very personal and very unique to me. So while I may not, be doing super amazing and luxurious spreads, it's still personal and unique to me, and I really like that about it. It's also given me a lot of chances to be really creative and think out of the box and think how to create new and, creative things. Because in high school doesn't really give you many chances to be creative, which is something that quite a few of my teachers have elaborated on, and I definitely agree. So unless you're doing like a lot of art classes or something, but even those are somehow restricted in a way, and nothing like bullet journaling at all. And I don't know, I just love being creative. I was always drawing and painting and doing things when I was younger, even though I wasn't good at it. But since I got older and I have more school, more tasks to do, I haven't had much time to do that kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm not good at drawing, so why should I? But bullet journaling has really helped me to, release the inner creativity again. Even though it may not be the best, it's still personal and very special to me. And I think it'll be a really good thing to look back on in future years if I'm still bullet journaling and when I grow up. But now I'm actually taping these 4 conversation heart pieces with some adhesive tape, and this is where I realized that this does not look like satisfying, because I honestly thought that I don't even know how I thought I would be like okay with just having 4 conversation hearts. So I made a whole entire bowl of them. So yeah, I cut these out of like pastel construction paper that I had. I didn't even know I had them, but I did. So yeah, that was pretty good. It took me like maybe 10 minutes to cut all of them out, but I think it was worth it. So what I did was I just kind of laid them out and I started gluing them onto the bottom, well, actually taping them to the bottom of the page. And I just kind of wanted to like layer it and just do whatever with it. I don't want it to look too uniform and all like perfectly in a straight line. So I just kind of like tossed them on top of each other and taped them down as I wanted. And I think it turned out really, really cute. I really love the little border of candy hearts at the bottom. And of course, as I mentioned before, I am going full Valentine's Day theme for this. But even if you don't want to go full out and you don't have like the supplies or whatever, that's okay, because bullet journaling is about what you want and not about what the public wants. And if you're not really into those really, like super in-depth and detailed and super aesthetic bullet journals, then that's your life. And it's okay, because that's the good thing about bullet journaling. It's personal and you can accommodate it to how you want it and how your lifestyle is, which is really why I prefer it over something like a planner that you can just like buy in the store or a website. I actually used to use Notion as a website to track all my events in the day, but I found it was a little bit too like not structured, but I just found it to be very, very boring. It got boring the more I used it. So I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll start bullet journaling. And I really, really like it. So while I do use bullet journaling for things like my language progress or my school assignments, I do use my bullet journaling for pretty much everything else, like a water tracker, habit tracker, gratitude, and my to-do list and like events and stuff. So yeah, but you can use honestly whatever. I don't really prefer a digital format because I just feel like you can't really do much with it, because things like a water tracker or like a habit tracker is very hard to keep track of, I feel like. So yeah, that's the deal with that, and that's why I really like bullet journaling, because you can make it in your own way. You can make it however you want it. You can make it super minimal. You can literally make it ugly, but it would be okay. Like, it would still work. I think personally the main focus of a bullet journal is to make it functional. So yeah, what I'm doing here next is, I don't know what I was thinking here, but I was thinking, oh, maybe I can make some designs to fill in these little empty spaces. So I took my yellow mild liner, it's like the dark yellow one, and I decided to draw random stars and lines, and I almost instantly regretted it, to be honest. It does not look very good. It looks out of place, because I don't even know why I chose yellow. That was such a random color, and I just feel like it was too much. So yeah, it just doesn't fit well. I will cover it later with like chunky red glitter or like confetti pieces, but I didn't film that, so you guys won't see me doing that, but you guys will see it. Yeah, so I covered up that monstrosity. So yeah, now what I'm doing on the left side of the center hearts, I'm going to cut out like a little envelope, kind of like a love letter almost, because I was like, you know what, that's a cute idea too. So yeah, that's what I did there, and I just kind of drew the envelope and I made like a little heart stamp, I guess. And then I drew some little lines under it with like some hearts to show it's like mailed or like flying or something. And yeah, I thought it was really, really cute, and I think the spread came out really, really cute in the end. Let me know what you guys think of the title page, I guess. I went a little bit like all out. And remember, this is my first year doing this, so I'm gonna be a little bit slower at it. I wanted to make everything perfect, but bullet journaling has also taught me some very valuable life lessons, that not everything has to be perfect. So yeah, that's what I did here. So now we're gonna move into the actual productive part of the bullet journal. So first I'm gonna make a calendar, and I had a really good idea. Well, I had like an idea to make a calendar, but make it kind of like a jar of hearts. So I just cut out a piece of like white construction paper, and I kind of tried to cut out like a bit of like a jar shape. So yeah, that worked out pretty well, I guess. I made a mistake and I thought that there were actually going to be 6 rows instead of 5. So I made 6 and I made it a little bit too tall. But I mean, I just had to cut it out at the end. So yeah, I've never really seen anyone use like a jar of hearts in the way I did. So I think it's really unique, and yeah, it took a long time to like cut out and like get the measurements right and stuff. And in the end, I still somehow managed to mess it up. But you know what? It's okay. I think it looks cute. And I don't really like to write in the calendar. I would rather prefer to have like an important date section or something. So that's what I'm gonna do later. So yeah, I just kind of cut out the jar shape, and for the lid, I colored it in with my pink um mild liner, and I think it looks really cute. And then I wrote February on the top. So yeah, I also drew like some little, like, I don't know what they're called. I think they're called like threads of like a jar. And yeah, I think it looks pretty cute. I kind of just drew like the columns and the rows for the calendar. So as I mentioned before, I had to actually cut out the bottom, like I actually have to cut out the bottom row because there does not, February only has 28 days. So that was fun. So yeah, that just goes to show you that I'm not perfect either, and no one is. Everyone makes mistakes. So it's okay if you do, because it's bound to happen. To go along with like the jar of hearts themes, you cannot have a jar of hearts without hearts. So instead of just writing the plain dates in the calendar, I decided to make little hearts and then write the dates on them. And in the end, I think it turned out really, really nice. I know some of the spacings are really, really uneven and kind of slanted, but I'm not going to be like totally using and writing in the calendar anyway, so I think it'll be okay. So yeah. Also, if you guys are wondering what markers and what stationery I use the 15 count zebra mild liners. I think they're really, really nice, and I really like the colors on them. I also use the Piochu dual tip brush pens, 24 count off Amazon. Both these I actually got off of Amazon. And then I also use the Crayola super tips. I do believe there's like an option that has like 40 or like 50 markers. I used the one that has 20 markers. I got it from Target for like $3, so they're very, very affordable. And you definitely don't need to have like so much stationery. You can honestly just have like some colored pencils or like some markers, and that's it. You can honestly create anything, and you can even make things out of like paper instead of coloring or like drawing if you're not really into that kind of stuff and you're not much of like an artist, kind of like me. So yeah. And then I kind of just made some little doodles to kind of fill in the negative space. I just drew like some little hearts and some little squiggles and dots and whatever. It doesn't need to look like too fancy, just something to fill up the empty space, you know? So on the page next to the calendar, I decided to make an important dates section, and I had these little abstract heart sticky notes from an album. If there are any K-pop fans out there, then hi, me too. Yeah, I got it from a TXT The Dream Chapter Magic album for Christmas in 2019, and I haven't really used it since then. But you know, I thought it would be amazing to use now because first of all, I don't want to draw like an abundance of hearts, and I think like the imperfect heart shapes really match the theme as well. So that's why I did that. And I'm not totally sure as to why the I outlined two of the hearts with black, but I realized that the paper wasn't really compatible for the black marker because it kind of like started spotting. I don't really know what the correct term for this is, but it kind of was almost like the paper was like ink resistant. So the ink, instead of absorbing into the paper and coloring it, it kind of started to like collect and like pool a little bit. So I had to go over it a couple of times, and then I was like, you know what? No, we're not gonna do this. So I just left the rest of the hearts, unoutlined. But I think it still came out really cute in the end. So yeah. So now we are into the habit and mood tracker for the month. I have this really cute Blackpink stationery notepad thing that my friend got me from maybe 2 years ago. I don't, yeah, but it has like these little cute notepads, and I thought that this little pink one was perfect. It says "I heart you," and yeah, I decided to apply it onto the page with some more tape, and I have this little basket of washi tape. So I decided to tape it down with some silver sparkly washi tape because I don't have pink or purple washi tape. And I honestly didn't really think the red worked really well with it. I think it kind of clashed with it. So that's why I just picked like a silver because it was like the closest thing. And I didn't really think the blue fit with it either, to be honest. So yeah, that's why I just picked silver, and I think it turned out really cute. I wish I had pink or purple washi tape because that would have worked better, but I think the silver really adds like a little pop of color. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty nice. And then with a black marker, I just wrote habit and mood tracker, nothing too fancy, no cursive this time because I am not really good at like calligraphy or anything, to be honest. But yeah, and once again, this is like a habit or mood tracker, so it doesn't have to be too fancy. Yeah, the bullet journal has really helped me to track my habits and track my mood throughout the day. This is actually not really going to be a mood tracker because I don't really know how you can have one mood throughout the day. So my system is I use like a number rating out of 10. So if the day was really bad, I'll give it like a 1 out of 10 or like a 3 out of 10. But if it's really, really good, I'll give it a 10 out of 10, you know? So I really like the system of that better. And yeah, it's really helped to track a lot of things, like how I'm feeling. It's helped me think about what I'm grateful for because I also do a gratitude log. And I also forgot to mention on the last page with the calendars, bullet journaling has also really helped me to remember important dates in a fashionable, I guess, way. Because while I'm aware that you can use like websites or you can just use like regular sticky notes, or I'm pretty sure most people probably use like a calendar on their phone. I personally don't check the calendar that much on my phone because I don't really use the calendar app much unless I'm adding like another event or something. But I really think that the calendar and the bullet journal with like the important dates is really, really nice, and it's an easy way to see what I have for the day or something like that, if there's any special events. So yeah, and it's really exciting to look at because for me personally, even if it's not super aesthetic or anything, I think it still looks cute, and it gives me something to look forward to looking at, and it helps me track like special events or holidays, like my friends and family's birthdays, things like that, as well as keep track of some like anything related to like my outside life, like a concert, which is not happening right now, or like a final, tests, stuff like that. So yeah, I think bullet journaling is really, really effective. And even if you don't want to make a whole entire like elaborate spread like this, I mean, I think there's still ways you can do it. You can honestly just take the bullet journal and write down any events you have without decorating, no washi tape, no pretty pastel colors, nothing, just, plain paper, pencil, and writing just your events down. And I think it would still work either way. And you don't even have to create like a calendar. What I did for my habit tracker was I created like a little rectangle. I'm pretty sure it was 6 by 30. And I do know there are not 30 days in February, but I just wanted some extra space, I guess. And then what I did for the side, I'm going to write down all my habits. So far I have 4. And on the top, I'm going to be writing all the dates. And every single habit I do, I will check it off in the respective box. And I just outlined it once again, and then I colored it in with a pink mild liner. I just really like the color. I think it looks really pastel and really pretty. And then I divided the weeks with the red side of with the red like fine tip of my red brush pen. So yeah, that's what I did for that. And then for my mood tracker or my day rating, I don't know why I didn't just write day rating, because that would have been more accurate, but you know what, it's okay. It's honestly pretty similar. So I decided to do more hearts, and I was originally going for like a candy heart theme, but I think it still turned out really cute. So I just drew 28 different hearts, and then I drew a little key. So using the colors I have, I'm actually going to color in the heart each day, and I think while making it look really nice, and like really colorful, it'll also still maintain its functionability, I guess. So yeah, not only does a bullet journal look nice, but it's also super effective, and it helps you track different things. And while like a website or like a planner might be good, I doubt a planner has stuff like this. Planners that I've had don't usually have like day ratings or mood trackers or water trackers, sleep trackers. They just have like a little box where you can write in any special events, and that's kind of it. And I never really liked that. So that's why I really like the bullet journal. It's really, accommodating to whatever your lifestyle is, whatever you want. And it's just personal and really, really nice and effective. I've been an organized person for a while, and I've used different methods to track what I have to do in a day. I've never really checked on things like how my day was or what habits I need to do. And because of that, I kind of lacked consistency in things. But I think that the bullet journal has really helped me become even more organized, and it's helped me stay motivated. So now what I'm going to do is, this is totally optional, and I just wanted to do it because little spaces really bug me, and I'm like, I need to fill that or else it's going to drive me crazy. And yeah, I just drew another jar of hearts, and it's just very simple. Remember, I'm not an artist, so please don't judge my artistic abilities. Not that I have any, but yeah, I think, for all the people that cannot really draw well, I think spreads like this will still be really effective. You don't even have to draw. You can honestly just like find templates online. Like, you don't even have to draw hearts, because hearts can be annoying to draw. I get it. But you can honestly just like search online, search like heart outline, and then you can just print out 28 of them and then stick them on, cut them, whatever. And I think that would work absolutely totally okay. As I said, it doesn't have to be super elaborate. It doesn't have to be super pretty. A bullet journal is yours, and yeah, I just like the functionality of it. So yeah, it's just a pretty simple drawing, but I think it really ties the whole thing together. So yeah. So now moving on to the thing I will probably be using the most, the weekly spreads. So in January, I realized that I might need a little bit more of a variety of weekly spreads, because before in January, I was using just kind of like the same exact layout every single week, every single day. And while I'm not completely bored of it, I can find myself getting pretty bored of it eventually. And of course, that's not really something I wanted, because, I just started bullet journaling, and that's not something I want to, like get burned out of. So yeah, what I'm doing for this week specifically is I'm creating 6 boxes, one for each day of the first week of February, because it's only 6 days. And then I'm creating a 7th box, which is going to be for important dates that I can just jot down. In January, I was doing everything in one, column. I was doing like my events, and then the to-do list, and water tracker, sleep tracker, day rating, gratitude, and the teeth tracker all in one page. And while it does work, I think I wanted to try something out, like a little bit different. So I'm going to do just the daily events, and then I'll do like the everything else in a different page. You guys already saw the day rating page, technically the mood tracker or whatever, but it's not going to be in the same page as the weekly spread anymore. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how that goes. I'm going to do that for every week of February, but every week is going to be a little bit different. instead of just the same layout, but they're all gonna only have like the checklist and what's so not. So yeah, I think it'll work pretty well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to use these and see how it goes, because I do need a lot of space because I do complete a lot of tasks in a day, or at least I try to. So yeah, I think it'll be very useful to kind of have a more space to write out all my tasks for the day. And now I'm going to be doing something that I personally never done before, but I've seen many people do before. And that is I'm going to be doing a Dutch door spread kind of. Yeah, I know that there's not usually like tabs that's like stick out, but I thought it would be pretty cool. I decided to do my water tracker, my brushing teeth tracker, my gratitude, my sleep tracker, and my highlights of the month in this little Dutch door spread. And yeah, so I just cut out like a little line from each page. Each of the spreads are only going to be like one page, so it only took up like 5 pages, but I think it turned out really cute and really cool, and I'm really excited to use this kind of stuff. So yeah, for each little tab I drew a little image to correspond with the, like the page. And then I just used some regular Scotch tape to kind of tape over the drawings, so that way they wouldn't get like, ruined by like water or oil, or, they won't get like rip off or something. I don't know, but I just thought it would add like a little sense of officialness. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I did there. Starting off with the water tracker, I just started drawing. First I had to divide up the little spaces, which took forever, but I started drawing little like kind of like grids. I was originally planning to do like water drops, but I was like I'm not willing to draw like 16 water drops times 28, which is 448. Like, I am not trying to draw almost 450 water drops, because like ain't no one got time for that, so perhaps in a later spread, but not now. Certainly not now. Perhaps in summer though. But yeah, I decided to just draw some like little grids. I made a couple oopsies, but I can just easily, white that out. So it was okay. And I just drew little grids. In January, I aimed for 12 glasses of water a day, but then I was like, you know what, there are many days I drink exactly 12, and I'm like, I have to stop myself from drinking more so I don't have to like go over the limit. But you know what, I was just like, you know what, I'll add on 4 extra glasses, because the most I've ever drinking in one day was 13, so I think 16 will be a good amount, and it's good to drink your water. So I just drew a 4x4 grid for each day, and then above the grid I labeled in the day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc, all the way through 28. And I accidentally drew an extra row of grids. Well, I didn't write in the lines yet, but I just like drew the box. So what I did for that was, because 28 divides perfectly into 4, I just had 4 extra boxes, because I accidentally drew 8 grids by 4 grids, which gives me 32, which is 4 more than 28. So I was like, you know what, this can work. So I just decided to be a little bit more extra and draw some, like a couple different water drops in each grid, because, it's a water tracker. Why not go overboard with the water drops? So yeah, this took very long, but I'm very proud of it, and I think it will work very well. I'll probably be continuing this layout for future months, but yeah, we will see how that goes. For the teeth, gratitude, sleep logs, I was originally going to show you guys how I did those, but like honestly, it's like a daily thing, and I have time to write in AM, PM, or what I'm grateful for, or like what times I slept. So I didn't really find a purpose to pre-write them, because like that just ain't me. So I just left that part of the video out, so you guys wouldn't have to sit here and watch me write AM PM for another 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm just moving on from the water tracker. And yeah, that's basically how I did the water tracker. As I said, I'm not going to show you guys the teeth gratitude or the sleep tracker, But now we will be moving into the highlight section, which is arguably one of my favorite pages from the February spread. So yeah, let's just go on with that. And now I will be moving into the highlights page, which is probably the favorite page, the favorite child of the bullet journal, if you will. So yeah, it's just basically a highlights page. I did this in January as well, but I kind of just found any piece of pretty paper or sticky notes that I had, and I just kind of, stuck them on there. And I really love the way it turned out. But for February, I have an actual theme. So I decided to take some red, dark, almost like a burgundy red color, and a pink colored construction paper. And I'm cutting primarily hearts, but I did cut out a couple random little blobs, I guess. And then I also cut out a couple circles. And then I cut out a random, I don't even know what you call it, like a rounded triangle shape, which you guys will see what that is for later. So yeah, I outlined them with a really thick Sharpie because I wanted that outline to be present to make it kind of pop a little bit more. And I honestly just think it's really important to keep these kinds of things because when I look back on them, I can be like, oh, that happened, because I do not have good memory over time. I have good memory if it's like a short-term thing, but over time it's like I forget a lot of things. So I think it'll be really, really nice to look back on this and be like, oh, this is what was good about his month. And I'm sure it'll be very different because, we're in quarantine right now and it's a very different time than going to school, meeting all my friends, So I think that'll be really nice. So for the little blobs and the hearts, those are just pretty self-explanatory. But for the circles, I'm going to kind of draw little swirls in them to kind of replicate like lollipops or like candies or something with like the little swirls in them. And then for the little rounded triangle, I am actually going to make a strawberry because why not? I'm going to later cut out a little bit of green construction paper, but I haven't done that yet. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to use this spread. Once again, it's not perfect. My goal isn't to be perfect. It's just for functionality purposes, I guess. So yeah, I really love the spread and how it turned out. And yeah, I really wanted to incorporate some more aspects of other kinds of art. So not just drawing because, my hand will probably get tired. And I don't know, I just feel like it gives it more dimension, more life. And I think it just looks really, really cute, as well as maybe not more practical, but I think it looks nicer, which is why I have cut them out. And even though it's not particularly hard to draw random squiggles and hearts and circles, I think it just looks better. But you can draw them. You can honestly just like print them out if you don't have construction paper, or you don't want to, have to draw the shapes yourselves, which is totally okay. So yeah, that's what I did here. And I think it's going to turn out really cute. So yeah. So what I did here was I just took these little papers and I kind of tried to like rearrange them onto the paper. Looking back on it now, I do feel I could have added more pink into the back because I felt like it was primarily red. But I think it still turned out, regardless, really, really cute. It looks really animated, really nice pop of color, while also being functional and still fitting into the theme of Valentine's Day, So yeah, I think it'll be really nice to kind of write things down. If I have more, I'll be able to just attach them onto the back page of the sleep tracker. But hopefully I won't need much because it's not like I'm going to be doing anything that much. So yeah, super excited to use this, and I think it turned out really, really cute. So yeah. And now, of course, because it needed to be more cute, and of course I need to fill that empty space, I decided to add more of the leftover conversation heart papers that I made earlier. So yeah, I just kind of just like stuck them in clusters, or mainly by themselves actually. And I think it turned out really, really cute, and it just topped the whole highlight setup up. Yeah, it just really completed it in my opinion, and I think it looks really, really cute even without like the amount of conversation heart papers I made. I think it would still look really cute. I just have to have all the negative space filled. But yeah, I think it turned out really cute, and it's, as I said before many times, it's still my favorite spread that I've made in February. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I thoroughly enjoyed making the spread and stuff, and I really hope you guys liked it too. Yeah, I'm really excited to start bullet journaling and sharing my creations with you guys. Remember that not everyone is perfect, and that's the joy of bullet journaling. It's for yourself and not for others, even if you document your, your journeys and creations with the world like me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys later with another video. Bye!